So we have mulberry tree seedlings from our own trees just popping up everywhere. You know, having a male mulberry tree means that all the females most likely are going to be cross-pollinated, you know, and be highly fertile. Big one about 5 foot tall. Here's a baby that just sprouted. Here's another one that's just, you know, maybe a foot tall. This guy might be 16 or 18 inches tall. Here are seedlings everywhere. In my experience, you really don't see that many seedlings when you don't have a male nearby. Some of them do get pollinated, and you just routinely find seedlings. But these guys are everywhere. And look at all that. Weeds and all, which I'm not going to go in right now because the Biden's alba are seeding here. And they're going to get on all of our clothes, shoes, shirts. There's a nice little bee. Bees everywhere. Over on the other side of this little pumpkin patch, there's at least 2, maybe 3, probably 7 foot mulberry seedlings. There's one there about 4.5 to 5 foot. And there's probably another 20 to 50 in this little section here. And randomly just in other lots and yards. Can't, you know, because of how high the weeds are, I can't really see everything, but I know that they're everywhere. In a day or two since I videoed this other pumpkin or zucchini or whatever you want to call it, the biggest one, but let's look at it. I mean, it grows, like I said, probably half a pound a day. And that guy, oh my God, that might be 20, 25 pounds now. It is heavy. There are all kinds of female flowers and little ones and slightly bigger ones everywhere now, although most are still male. I don't know if you can see it, but there are some like milkweed vine flowers on top of those mulberry seedlings over there. And here is a female that hasn't bloomed yet. Female pumpkin, zucchini, squash, whatever. They probably all look similar when they're in that stage. Despite us getting those big, or I should say small cold fronts, whatever, 40s, 60s, 58. Mosquito activity is still pretty high here. Let's go look at the second pumpkin that we were found and see how big it is. Oh my God. I'm not even gonna try to pick it up because of the position it's in, but it's probably 6 pounds or more. And who knows how many are just lost in all the vinery here. This patch is huge. There could be another 10 or 20 or 30 small ones and medium-sized ones that we don't even know about. What are we gonna do with all of these guys? You know, if they all get to be like 60-pound pumpkins, 60-pound squash of some sort. We're not going to be able to use them, store them. Probably collect seeds, probably give them away. Natalie said, you know, take them to food banks, but I'm not sure if food banks would be able to give these guys to somebody that can process them. And even one 60-pound squash may be too much for, you know, a single person or maybe even a single family to use in a timely manner without a lot of the stuff going to waste. You know, you can give them to goats probably, and, you know, a few animals that would eat them. Every day we get more and more of these goldenrod flowers opening up. You can see so many bees and stuff here. See if it'll focus on them. Some of these Turk's cap hibiscus in bloom here. Get this. See if it'll focus in on it. Maybe I have to do this. There is a mulberry bloom this time of year. Of course, we have a couple of mulberry trees from one of our dwarf everbearing. You know, how do we know? Because the berries fall directly into this bed. That's one. Not much in here right now growing. Here's another one. And there's a, nope, that's the main tree. I was gonna say there's a third one, but no. Yeah, so these guys have to be getting pollinated to be able to produce viable fertile seeds. So we know for sure that this is a dwarf ever-bearing female, cross-pollinated most likely with the Himalayan or Pakistan male, and we don't know the genetics of that male, and it could be anything. The female parent tree was like a Himalayan or Pakistan mulberry, but the male that pollinated it to create that seed, it's nobody knows. So we know it has most likely 50% dwarf ever-bearing mulberries, cross-pollinated with 25% Himalayan or Pakistan mulberries, and the other 25% parentage, no one knows. That doesn't mean it's going to create a bad or a good mulberry. You won't know. But the problem is we have so many seedlings, everywhere, that there's probably no way we could grow them all out where they're at or move them. I mean, we would just have to cut down all of our other trees and just spread mulberry trees everywhere. And we do not want to just have mulberry trees. We want a little bit of everything. So I started, 6 months ago or whatever, maybe a little bit longer, pulling up some of the seedlings and giving them to people to try to grow them out in other properties. Unfortunately, the main one we planted them in, there was financial issues, foreclosures. People came in with bulldozers and destroyed, most of the trees and stuff there. So there's no way of knowing what the quality or, anything, size, color, taste, that those mulberries would have been. And we probably were going to plant, another 50 more. But sometimes emergencies come along that weren't planned for, financial issues where the spouse doesn't tell the other one how much trouble they're in, and then they lose their property. So we may need to find other people that would take and try these seedlings out, or we may have to kind of go just run and gun and just go plant them in areas where we don't think, like public or off public forests or whatever, that we don't think someone will mow them, cut them down, and kind of give the public access to the fruits. I mean, we need to make sure that it's legal to do so. Of course, we're not going to plant invasive plants, noxious plants, which are illegal to plant. But we need to find out the legality of planting even native plants on different types of properties, public or whatever, before we do that, because we don't want to go get fines or whatever, trespassing. Of course, we're going to try to grow out some of them and keep them pruned down where they come up when it is convenient and okay to do so, until we see what types of fruit, quality they become. This is another little patch of like shady forested area. Goldenrods, and a lot of these have like more purple stems here. I don't know if it's a different species or whatever of goldenrod, but these guys like the shade here. Of course, we also want to get ones that are known to be better quality, eating quality cultivars that are already established and are known to be good. So we're going to get a few of those, hopefully, plant them in select areas, and just like the pawpaws, we're going to be done with everything eventually. You know, there's, you know, we have to be done with each project, you know. We don't have 100 acres or 1,000 acres or even 10 acres, you know, just to plant on. We got less than 3 acres, and some of the places we can't put stuff because of driveways and walkways and structures, and some of it may be too wet, you know, and too low lying. And yeah, that's a star fruit that has probably 6 years old or more. It dies down, comes back up in this raised bed area. So we are recording in 720p to try to save storage space, and especially for longer videos, more than a couple minutes, and to hopefully make uploading on YouTube easier and faster. We have so many problems with videos that are like longer than, you know, 15 or 18 minutes long, and sometimes I can put a 7-minute video out and it be uploaded in 20 minutes, and the same resolution, same quality of video, I can put, you know, an 18-minute video and it take 2 or 3 days, and then it times out and I have to start all over again, and maybe the second or third attempt it uploads, and it makes no sense. But randomly, even, you know, small videos will take longer. Each one is different, and it doesn't matter how my internet speed is. Something in the YouTube algorithm seems to be throttling each individual connection. I don't know if it's just some random thing, or maybe because we're not like YouTube stars, that we're just like low on the totem pole. I don't know how that works. The color difference of morning glories, same exact vine, just one is a little newer to flower and one is a little older. You got a good purple, and then you got pink. Same here, look, pink, purple. All right, I think we're going to end this video here. Take care.